Welcome back, folks, to the 12th build installment of Blastoise by LEGO Pokemon. This is set number 72153, contains 6,838 pieces, retails for $649.99. Set was provided by the LEGO Group for review. Thank you, LEGO. And yeah, well, that's what we're going to be working on, but, well, we're still working on the base, so we got a long time to wait for him. And yeah, so we're about a 7 on the score so far with the build in total. So far, this section I haven't had any issues with. And what you're seeing here is bags 28 through 31. So we did 4 bags in the last installment. And that's pretty much what it is. So in this installment today, I'm going to go ahead and just do another 3 bags. I'm going to try to wrap this thing up today, and because I got a mystery set I got to film. And I did find out something, that this set does come with 3 brick separators. So I need to edit my description. Instead of saying 1 brick separator, it comes with 3 brick separators. The building guide mentions it. So yeah, it wasn't a mistake. LEGO just gives you extra brick separators with this set, so that's not too bad. Which kind of leads me to believe possibly this could have been separate sets, or they're meant to be, everybody pitches in, they buy a portion, and you've all put it together and put it on display. So yeah, I am finding out a little bit more about putting this together. That's why I'm documenting all this stuff. But before we can begin building, these videos are not to be considered or construed as professional product reviews, how-tos, or tutorials. These are just merely my notes for the write-up. In addition, the commentary, verbiage, wording is of mine and mine alone. LEGO doesn't pay me to say this stuff. I pay me what I'm saying. So I just say what's on my mind. So you're getting a true review. You're not getting something that's heavily censored, scripted, and filtered. I'm just saying what's on my mind here. And in addition, these are just for entertainment purposes. This is not my job. I just do this for fun. This is just like a hobby. To get away from the computer. No, so you know, just don't take these too don't take these too seriously. Okay, well, let's begin. Let's build it. So we are going to be focusing on bags 32, 33, and 34, but we're doing 32 right now. And what my goal is today, let me kind of mark this book here for us here, is we're going to be focusing on, let me just throw this back here, we'll worry about that later. What I'm going to be focusing on, well, I messed up my page, isn't that cool? Is we're going to continue on with the base. That's if I can find out what page I left off on. And we're going to do that. And today is the 11th of May 2026. It's in the evening. I came home from a long day and I'm tired. I'm not thinking very well. That kind of thing. I've got a lot of stuff going on, but now it's time for a palette cleanser. Let's do something fun. Okay. And yeah, so let's get going here. We're right back where we left off here on this thing. And yeah, I mean, so far I'm pretty pleased with the construction for the most part. It's just the set gets pretty big and it does get brittle, so you got to be very careful here. But overall, though, I'm still pretty satisfied with the build. Now, in addition to all that, I've been parting out sets like a banshee. I've been ripping things apart, removing a bunch of stuff, and I have a lot of parts in the collection now for making more awesome stuff for tutorials. So hopefully we can get to something better soon. Pull that out for you. As far as for tutorials, I did get one filmed over the weekend, but in addition, from the last time we met, I've been working on okay, let's start right on this side here first. I've been working on an outdoor shower project. So I've been kind of tinkering around with trying to make one out of just some pipe. a shower head and a coil of hose with some pretty good luck, by the way. So I've been kind of toying around that idea because my girlfriend and I were going on a vacation and we need to get a shower kind of set up. So we're trying to come up with something very, very creative. Because this place that we were looking at, they were charging like $5 or $10 for a shower, and I thought, oh, I'll think of something, I'll get creative with it. So yeah, I've been kind of toying around with the idea. So basically I'm just going to take some sprinkler pipe, a tarp, make an enclosure, and for the water I'm just going to use a little water pump and a section of dark hose and encase that in a black piece of tarp and make that as the water heater. Have the sun heat that up. Okay, what's with, I need the other one, not this one. So that's what I've been kind of toying around with off of, and that's not Lego related. So that's pretty much what I've been doing. So I kind of got it to kind of work. It's kind of working right now. It works. The water is about 160 degrees, which is a little too much. So I need to regulate it somehow. And basically what it is, it's just a 3-gallon container with a pump, a 12-volt pump. It's going to pump the water through the hose and heat it up. Okay. And I'm trying to think of a way to do this. I'm trying to hopefully get it to where I can have a hot and cold setup. And in addition to that, I can set it up to where we can also have an outdoor sink for just washing our hands and stuff like that, and dishes. So I've been kind of engineering something up, like cobbling something together. So that's what I have been doing other than Lego stuff. And one of the things I just forgot to do is bring the stopwatch over here. I always forget something. And so I've been kind of tinkering around with that on my time off. And pretty much that's what I've been doing. Okay, I can wait a few more minutes here. But, that's the beauty of being an engineer. You can just kind of cobble things together. But if you want a hot shower and you're on vacation, you'll think of a way to do it. So we're kind of testing our skills. Already got a sleeping quarters figured out. So we're using sprinkler pipes and tarps. Although the tarps, I'm going to try to find like a nice light green one or something for the tent. I have blue, but or I'm thinking about just setting a tent inside the back of the truck. I haven't figured that out yet, but it's just something to do. Hey, at least girlfriend likes doing this stuff, so I've just got to come up with some clever ideas. So we got to make that one there. That's 5. Okay, we got to put one here. So that's what I've been doing, just in my spare time. That kind of thing. And at least I know you guys and gals like the story, so I will continue on telling stories in here. Somebody's just kind of curious of what I do and stuff like that, so that's even better. Also, I'm planning on another Lego haul. Okay, that goes like that. Shows it in the book. I was like, what? So I got to make 2 of these here. So I'm planning on putting together a Lego haul. You're like, well, Jay, wait a minute. You get all these parts from these sets. Well, some sets I don't get a whole lot of a piece that I need. So I need to, cobble up something here. I got a couple of projects I'd like to get into. A couple of vehicles for next year. I've almost got this year's agenda planned out for everybody. That doesn't go there. I just set that there. So hopefully I can get some tutorials filmed this weekend. Well, try to get some more done. I don't know if I will, but I'll try. Oh, dropping the merchandise again. Oh, no. Okay, and these go Well, this one goes here on top of these trans blue plates. This one here goes right here, like that. And yeah, all right, hold up. Okay, sorry about that. And yeah, now we got to make 2 of these things here. So for the most part, I've been just kind of just piddling around the house. So I've been just, I got to make 2 of these. I got to remember that. So let's just do that real quick. So I'm kind of tired. It's hot and miserable. I hate the summertime. I knew it was coming. We don't get a whole lot of winter out here. It's not freezing cold. Ugh, so yucky summertime. And now with the cost of travel keeps going up, so we're trying to find ways to pinch. So you need to take a $5 shower when you can just make your own. You know, that's what I'm trying to do. So for those who say I just do Lego, no I don't. I use my imagination for other things too. Alright, so I'm hoping today to wrap this stand up. Also, I have another mystery set that I have to put together for review. So I will be doing that too. I just need to get this guy here going. And, you know, prepare it for you guys and such. So hopefully today I don't make too many mistakes. I don't need to be humiliating myself. Make sure that the palisade bricks are facing outwards. I don't know how critical it is. But, yeah. Why are we piecing all this together unless there's some purpose for that? Okay, now we got to rotate that around. And yeah, we got to focus on this little area right here. Get that where you can see it too. I'm trying my best to make sure that you can easily follow along here. That's why I can't say these are tutorials. There's just no way I could do that. Yeah. Okay, which way does this face? Okay, it's got to face backwards. Alright, doesn't really tell you in the book. Sometimes you have to guess at these. You just have to guess. You just don't know. So yeah, I've been parting a bunch of parts out. I'm like, oh, I should have plenty of parts to finish up some tutorials. Nope. Hear The Price is Right failing theme song in my head. Wow, wow, wow. You know, that kind of thing. So I didn't have enough. Hope everyone had a good Mother's Day. My mom and her bunch went out to gamble, and I'm not a gambler, so I just hung out with the girl, and that was it. Because I did not want to go and do that. Yeah, this did not excite me too much. So that's pretty much what I did. Just kind of lounged around. Okay, that goes right there instead. Yeah, these are really a nice part to have, so you get them, hang on to them. So I have a feeling these are going to these installments are going to be pretty lengthy. I'm trying to go as fast as I can. Feels like I'm moving in slow motion right now. Looks like we're doing this side here. So I got to find some movies to watch. When we're gone, we're probably going to bring, one of us is going to bring an iPad so we can have movie night. When you're on vacation, you got to at least have something to do by the campfire. Something I've always wanted to do with my parents, but they were not for it, is get a projector and just kind of watch a movie outside while you're camping by the campfire. Really just park an ice chest between the loungers and have the fire pit in front and Matter of fact, throw some of that popcorn on the grill and have some over the flame buttered popcorn. You know. Yeah, that does sound like a good idea. So I'm trying to think of some fun stuff. Honestly, if I had kids, that's what we would be doing. We'd be doing some really crazy stuff for camping. I'd make it more like an adventure than just like, oh, we're going to go camping. But no, I'm going to kind of have a little fun here with it. So pretty much have figured out some stuff, though. I'm just trying to work the details out. Yeah, this can get kind of a... So skip to put that there. Oh, I couldn't hold it in. I'm sorry, I had to yawn. But yeah, it's hot like this. It's not... I'm not having fun today. It's just miserably long today, and that kind of thing. So we are going to just relax and have our vacation time. We've already got a place figured out. We just got to get everything ready to go. Okay, well, there's a hole there. It doesn't show a hole there, but I think because of the way I have it angled. So I'm just really hoping to get at least something done. At least I'd like to get this guy here, at least this portion done before vacation, which I doubt it. So you may see a gap in videos, that kind of thing. You know. All right. Now we're moving on to some headers here. I slept okay the other night. It's just work after a while gets so boring, and there's a kid in our group. He just realized that being an adult is not fun. He goes, I thought it would be fun, and adults like working. And I thought, no. If you got to get out of bed, it's not fun. We were all kids. We used to think like that, but there's supposed to be a hole back there. Oh, I guess there is. What does that look like in the back? Well, that's kind of hollow, isn't it? I hope we're not going to press on that and break it. But we don't know yet. So, yeah, ooh, these are a nice piece. Hang on to them. So, okay, so we got to put one. Oh, and I have to make two of those. Okay, whoopsie, my bad. Almost messed up there. I had to blame somebody for that. So I've been more or less, though, just kind of de-stressing, watching some anime, or we'll call it J-tunes, just to make it sound cool. Just something to watch. I think I may just bring a couple of those and put them on the device and watch them while we're at the campsite. Don't know yet. It's a long ways. I also got to get a haircut still. I try to get a hold of my barber, but he is like swamped right now. He's just booked. He told me that it's just, you know, with Mother's Day, then now you got kids getting out of school. He goes, I can try to squeeze you in, but you're going to have to jump quickly. And I said, oh yeah, so I got to get that going. Trying to find something new. I mean, something that fits my face and stuff like that. It's just, ooh. I thought, okay, so I try to do curtains as my hair is getting long enough. I thought, yeah, this doesn't look good for my face anymore. Did when I was younger, but not anymore. So I just like, yeah, I can't do that. I may have to keep it faded. You know, I forgot to put this one over here. So I'm probably going to have to do that. Where does this go? Oh, wait a minute. I think I already put them there. Oh, wait. You know why I didn't put this one here? Okay, that is like, what? What am I doing wrong here? I can't be messing up that bad. I mean, I know it's like a Tuesday and all, but no. Yeah, so I've been just kind of more or less not doing anything. Why is that not level there? What am I missing here? Oh, it's that blue piece. Okay, guys, this is why I'm saying don't pay attention to what I'm doing here. I'm kind of really... I think what it is, I'm thinking about vacation more than doing Lego sets today. And two, I'm getting a little burned out of building somebody else's creations. It does get to me after a while. I really kind of just, you know, you get to that point of, oh, I got to do another set review. Okay, I'll do that. Boy, that's all snotted there, but yeah, that's they're supposed to be uneven like that, so there might be something going on there. Don't know. Okay, now we're moving back on. So we're doing like duplicates here. Maybe I should have just done it like that, huh? Well, now I know. There goes the air condition. Some people are not even running their air because it's... and I'm not going to get into the whole nonsense behind it, but it's getting to be the point where it's either groceries or running the air condition. And out here, you need to have both. You really have to kind of juggle. And it's kind of sad. But the cost of living is expensive now. So now, if I could figure out a way to keep the air condition bill low, would be nice. But we got to make 2 of these here. Just to keep the air condition low would be cool, but stupid things always take so much power. And then this goes right back in here like that. Lego, it'd be nice if you made these in transparent blue, but no, you don't. Here we go. And then this one here goes right there. Just kind of sit it right on top of that slope there. That's pretty much what it is. And, uh-oh, build quality starting to deteriorate. Boy, that's really just barely held in there. I hate to think. I mean, the build quality in this is starting to get kind of lousy. It's just so big, and this is what we have remaining here for bag 30-something. Okay, now we're going to move on to bag 33. I think we spent about 20 or so minutes on just this bag. I'd say it's a bunch of medium parts. When I see one like this, we're going to be here for another 5 or 10 minutes. When you see little bags, you may as well just be doing 2 big bags, you know. Alright. Haven't blocked anybody lately, which is pretty good for those who are curious. Alright, so I got that separated. And we're right back to where we were again in here. Start with one piece. I guess they got to start us off light here. I've been obtaining a bunch of these too, so I've been getting a bunch of tiles and stuff, parting things out. Lego, now you're starting with a sub-step. Why don't you put that in with the other bag? We put that there, then we start with the sub-step. I don't get that. Sometimes I don't understand what Lego does. They just kind of do things kind of weird, you know. Also, this is another part I've overflowed on, is 2x3 plates, just for such an odd size. It's used a lot in a bunch of sets, so I've been hoarding things up. Alright. But I mean, the set's not too bad. It's just, if you're not interested in Pokemon, I think a few of you mentioned, Brick Bar, I think you mentioned you're just not a fan of Pokemon. I still appreciate you know, supporting the viewership here. We'll put it that way. It sounds better. Supporting the viewership of the channel. I don't know how would you word that anyways? I don't even know. My brain's kind of turned off right now, but you know, honestly, this set here is meant for a die-hard Pokemon fan. Now, I'm not a die-hard fan by any means, but this is a set that I'm going to be honest with you. Most people are not going to just... it's out of reach for a lot. It's just expensive. It's like... what possesses someone to make something this big? I mean, I have to say, though, this is more like a mock. This is mock quality. This is like a mock here. We're building somebody's mock. And for those who are new or just tuning in, mock stands for my own creations. I've been known for mocks. This, I'm not really known for reviews, but I'm known for let's build it. So we're building today. Wow. Yeah. 2x4 studs right there. Not too bad. And then this doohickey thing goes... oh, okay. It goes... huh. Oh, I see how it goes. Okay. Goes like that. I mean... yeah, I think that's how it goes. I'll bring it up here and show you. So this little peg here goes in that hole. It doesn't really move, so I think that's where that goes. We'll find out eventually if I make a mistake or not. We'll have to move it, but we don't know yet. Let me make sure here. Okay, now we're making more waves. I needed this piece in blue a long time ago. Well, it's too late now. I already filmed the tutorial about a year ago, but guess what? Now I have it. So, some have said, well, Jay, why don't you just take your parts, paint them, all that stuff. Well, I don't want to paint my parts. That just doesn't really serve justice. Let me bring this over here just a little bit for you. So that's pretty much... I put that in there, just set it in there. Okay. Yeah, but Lego's expensive. This is like a rich man's hobby now, unfortunately. It wasn't like that years ago, but now it is. I think I think the pandemic really driven up Lego sales. Adults were getting into this stuff, or new adults. AFOL's getting into this. I've been doing this now for a while. I've been building Lego since I was a little kid. Just putting stuff together and watching it work together is always a cool thing to do. Yeah, I may make me a salad or something tonight since it's so hot. I gotta finish cleaning up around the pool, finish building the little portable shower, get that working. At least I know the water comes out hot. Just gotta make it all work together. But it's not too bad. So one of you mentioned, though, man, you seem like a pretty cool person to go camping. You'd like doing a lot of exploring. I do. I like to try to find some place that I've never been before. Even if it's a campground or a campsite I've been to a million times, I always look on a map and say, okay, what is there to do out here? Is there any fresh places that I haven't explored? That kind of thing. And I kind of just look around for stuff like that. Just some fresh ideas. Make sure here. That's where it wants it. Does that piece go where it's supposed to be? Okay. See the booklet? I thought this went here. No. It goes behind here. Like that. One thing I've learned when I do my building guides, I put an arrow right here. Sometimes I have to torculate the building guide a little bit to make it work. And this goes right in here, so I'm taking it's going to attach here. Well, yeah, the build quality on this is getting pretty lousy. Okay, where does that go now? Okay, it goes on the stud here. That. It's okay, we're getting away. Yeah, this is going to be brittle, so be very careful with it. because it's really loose. Okay, now we're doing another one of these. It's mirrored, I think. A lot of this stuff on this set I've noticed really hasn't been totally mirrored, so that's kind of got me skeptical here on how I should build it. I don't really want to kind of just take a stab in the dark. Oh yeah, this is different. This one is different. I thought, okay, we're doing another one. Okay, it's going to be that. No, it's a little different. It makes sense to make it different ways. You wouldn't want it to be stale, you know. Because these are built slightly different than the last ones. So, yeah, I think it is. I don't know. I mean, I'm not even paying attention. Well, that's just how it is. I'm hoping at least get at least maybe I want to keep these under an hour. But when sets get this complicated, you don't want to rush through it. Take your time. There's no need to breeze through stuff like this. Just, yeah, I think this might be just a mirror. So just take your time on this. No need to just like, oh, I got to get it done so I can play with it. This one's a shelf queen. I already got mine. I already got a spot for mine, but I'm going to have to drag the Venusaur down and when we do the final review. Because I'm not going to take it apart. We're just going to do a full 360 spin and then a close-up tour. I could do each Pokemon separately, but I really don't want this to be one of those videos that's literally just like dragged out. And sometimes, there was a YouTuber a long time ago that kept his reviews under 3 minutes. He goes, there's no need to have a 30-minute review. I agree there. We don't need to have 30-minute reviews. So, there's just no need for that. So I'm going to try to keep everything kind of trimmed here. Here we go. I think that's how that goes. And it goes right on that stud right there. So let's just set that right down in there. Yeah, because now everything is not moving as much. And that's what it looks like on the front there. So, okay, like I got to ding this down to us. We're going to call that a firm 7. So we're just kind of sculpting around that. That's not too bad for what we've done there. Okay, now we're going to proceed on back up here. Let's hope we can strengthen this up because I'm tired of parts flaking off this here. I'm going to say right now it's just the set is big. It's just really flaky. Okay, these go in here. So using this like a clamp. Clamp those down. Okay. Well, no, they're not using them as a clamp. They're also attached to that. So we're really kind of pinching that in there. Yeah, also I've been working on my sprinklers from my lawn. I'm trying to reduce some stuff and trying to make it where I'm using less water. And so far it's working. I got some pretty green grass in certain areas of the yard where I've been kind of testing out a new type of irrigation system. Oh, I messed up here. Where's that brick separator at? I've been kind of doing that. Okay, these are supposed to go right there. Hey, I can't ding off Lego for that. You know why? Because that's my mistake. And two, they give us a tool. As long as there's a tool provided, I'm fine with it. Well, all right. That's not good. See, these just keep coming off. Lego, you know, you should have had a way to plan that out a bit better. Yeah, some don't like my brute honesty. I don't understand that. But okay, now this is all locked in. Okay, that's cool. Some just don't like it. You know, I can't sugarcoat something that's a turd, right? I mean, who likes sugar-coated turds? You know, I guess to each his or her own. But no, we're not. No, we're not going to do that. Yeah, so this is all pretty much interlocked together, which is cool. Making sure you can still see what I'm doing here. And I'm looking for another one of those white pieces. There we go. So that's like that. So it's pretty much sandwiches. Now this is not really even moving, so we're pretty much locked in there. And then we got to put this here. Okay, that kind of goes around it. That's not too bad, huh? Got that figured out real easily. Yeah, I've been getting a few of you guys, especially a few of you on my Discord server, wanting to see more of these type of builds. You know, I can only crank them out so much, so I'm hoping to get as many of them done as I can for your enjoyment. You just have to be very patient. Oh, I've never seen those type of plates before. Well, 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 Lego, that is even better. I just need to get those in some other colors other than brown, but yeah, I mean, maybe I can use it to make a horse patty, cow patty. I don't know. You know, we're getting close here. Just some last supports. I will try to index these to the best of my ability, so it'll be easy for you to do all this. Yeah, so the base, I have to honestly say, just like the other one, I mean, they're okay. I'm just not in the mood to do... I want to build the main Pokemon character. We really haven't done anything. And, you know, okay, these go on the top and they're parallel with the tile. Yeah, so let's start pulling out stuff here. We already got plenty of these. I'm getting to it eventually. Boy, I have so many of these things. It's like, what do I do with them? And I'm still getting more of them. And when I'm parting out sets, it's like, now I have a tub just full of parts with clips. Because I've been using a lot of them lately. So I've been like, okay, what do I do with these? You know, where do I put them? Okay, it goes like that. Well, they don't look level. Well, maybe it's just the way they look on here. And let me, I got to keep the bookmark in here right now, just because I don't want to lose where I'm at on things here. We got to make a couple of these. Yeah, I mean, you know, after a while I get tired of doing somebody else's stuff. You know, I want to build my own. But someday we'll get to the fun stuff again. I got some of the sets that I'm getting for review offers. I'm going to be honest with you. They look really good. So, you know what we're going to be in for. We're going to be in for a treat. Can't tell you what they are, but they are really, there's something. Oh, I forgot to put this piece in there. Whoopsie. Well, you know what I'm going to do? Just peel this up a little bit and snug it right back down in there. That is my fault. Yep, see, I make a bunch of mistakes in here. Oh my goodness, yikes. So we're going to put all those clips in right there. Yeah. Somebody did ask me, you know, can I reach in here? Now I got the tripod. I've been thinking about, I would have to get one of those, I've seen somebody do it. They use one of those flat screen TV mounts, and they would mount the camera on it so they can bring the camera. And they had it to where they can raise it up and down. It's attached to the wall, which means you can reach underneath. And I really don't want to drill some two big nasty holes in my drywall, so I really don't want to do that. But that's a good idea. I saw it though. It's a good suggestion too. I got to think of another method that's not so permanent, because I may not be here much longer. So, but that's what we have remaining there for bag 33. And so far, yeah, the build quality on this is a little bit more in jeopardy. Okay, and I think we're going to wrap up this build installment here with bag 34. And I want to thank everyone on my main channel and Rebrickable for being, or not, Patreon, and of course Rebrickable for being contributors. It's always a big help because, well, maybe one day we will avoid using bags and we will just build things from our imagination. And thank you for checking out my Rebrickable profile and downloading building guides. Like I mentioned before, if there's something that you see on my channel that you want a building guide for, just ask. Alright, and I will let you know if I have it. Just say, hey Jay, do you have this building guide I can purchase? Sure, I'll look it up. Okay, yeah I do. Or, no I don't. I'll have to put it in key. You know, so that's all you got to do. And most importantly, if you like the style or my demeanor and how I do things, you know, you can always subscribe. It's free. And if you decide that this channel is not for you, I understand. I just don't want to see you go. But you know, it's got to work both ways, right? Yeah. And I've been noticing a lot that I'm getting a lot of memberships on my main channel since I've been doing this. I need to find out if memberships will also work on this channel too. I'd like to be able to have them on both channels. I wish YouTube would let me do that, because I don't want, you know, if you're already on one channel, I want it to cover all my channels. You know what I mean? Just so you can, you don't have to double, you know. And I thought about what would I use memberships for in here. I don't know yet if I decide to go that route. I have never thought about it that much, but I was thinking about what would I use them for. I don't know. I could use them for live streaming and have just members chat with me, but that's just, I want to chat with more than just paid users. I just want to pay, you know, chat with everybody. So I'm going to try to keep it open for everybody as much as I want, because that's not fair. Somebody may not be able to get in, you know, some places there might be in a different country that doesn't work well with what we're doing here. So I want to keep it accessible for everybody. You know, it's, you don't have, some people, I've seen some channels that do that. You got to pay to talk to the host or the creator. I mean, come on, I'm nothing special, right? I just build stuff out of Lego, and I'm not a celebrity or anything, so it's just kind of silly. Oh, so we're using wall panels back here to hide all this. Well, at least now we know they're being used for something other than that. Oh yeah, pinch under here. I don't want to bend that, press down, and it breaks. That would not be fun, because I need more. Okay, check these. They're hiding tiles. Those sneaky parts, almost said a bad word, or hiding all that. So this is just nothing more than just a base that we're raising up stuff on here. At least these hollow wall panels are coming in handy. That's probably the only use I would use them for, is filling that in there. And yeah, Lego also released a bunch of new parts out on their Pick-a-Brick. So I've been trying to scarf up some parts. There's a few pieces that I need, but apparently the resellers have already got a hold of some of the parts that I want and bought them all out. So it's like, well, I already have some from the Ambassador stuff, from the sets they've been sending me, so I can just part them out. Get that real quick and just part them out when I need to. And it's a color that I don't have a whole lot of. And I do have enough to finish up a project, but I haven't gotten to that point of parting out the set yet. Or not this specific set, but a set in general. Let me make sure. Did I put that in the right spot? Okay, it does hang in there. Okay. So, yeah, it's just, I thought I could just get away with it. No, I couldn't. So I was like, I know Lego frowns upon people reselling parts, because it kind of takes away from people like me who this is just more or less just a hobby of mine. I want to build. I don't resell. I've had some that said, Jay, why don't you sell the parts for your mocks? Well, it's not worth it. It costs a lot more for me to put it together, to put the parts list for you instead of the parts in general. Then you can find them on your own. You know, it's just not fair. So I got to keep the cost down. That kind of thing. These rounded tiles are good for like cobblestones and stuff, so that's even better. Plus also you can go around these sharp corners and you don't have to worry about anything too. Oh, it goes in crooked. It's like, well, that can't go any better. Well, no, that's how it's supposed to go. See, it's crooked in the book. Okay, so I didn't mess up. I was like, I was like, whoops, what did I do there? No, 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 no. It's just how it is. So we can't just, you know, I can't just break a sweat over that. Yeah, with all these rounded pieces, it just comes in handy. So when you put yours in here, even this one here is crooked too. It'll just fall right in place, as you can see. Not too bad at all. And then we're going to need to cobble it up. Yeah, what are you guys, gals, going to do for this summer for vacations? That's a good question. You going anywhere special? Or are you going to do staycations? I think for the remainder of the summer, we're going to be doing some staycations. I'm just going to work around the house. You know, if it's hot and miserable. I got a bunch of anime downloaded, ready to go. See what I'll be doing. I may just make a big giant blanket fort and just kind of drag the iPad in there. I don't know what I'll do yet. Just something fun to do other than just sitting around moping and being like it's hot outside. As long as the air condition works, that's all I care about. You know? And alright, so we got that there. Okay. Yeah, I just sound tired. But at least I'm not sleepy. I'm just kind of just like, you know, that kind of thing. So it looks like we're just doing rock facades here. So that's kind of cool. But yeah, just as far as for tutorials and stuff, I mean, if you're really patient with me, I appreciate it because I'm trying my best to get some tutorials for you. This bag didn't take too long. We don't have those little bags. It goes fast. See? Nice little boulder there. And this goes right here. I would have just used those pre-made mountain pieces, but hey, I don't mind that. Be sure to pinch that underneath. And that's what we have remaining there for bag. I don't know what bag that's for. 34. Okay, well, I think what we're going to do here is we're going to go ahead and do a summation of thoughts. Okay, there we go. And so far, I'm going to say the stand is, I mean, it's interesting, but it's just kind of, it's a stand. We haven't got anything exciting yet. I'm experiencing some breakage off of these. These come off very easily. But surprisingly, these right here, once these were locked in, it's not too bad. But I don't know what we're doing here. We're obviously not done yet. But I'm hoping in this installment, well, today anyways, I'm hoping to get done with this installment, the other one, and we're really going to get into Blastoids. Yeah, but it looks like something's just coming out of the water here. But we're not done yet. But I mean, I'm overall pleased with the detail of this set. The build quality is starting to get a little questionable, but the detail you are getting, except for this. I mean, I don't expect LEGO to fill this in with brick by any means, but the builds are solid. It's not like a city set. It's not like a friend set. These are built solid. And honestly, I think this is going to look cool once it's all built. And I'm pretty pleased with the quality of it. It's just, build quality is starting to lack a little bit, but you could tell that this set, it was built with care. It's more like a mock. We're building somebody's mock here. But tell me what you think so far.